EFL Championship Plymouth Argyle vs Bristol City prediction, team news, lineups preview. Aiming to boost their chances of avoiding an immediate return to League One, Plymouth Argyle will welcome a resurgent Bristol City side to home park on Monday afternoon in the Championship. The Pilgrims ended the month of March on a sour note by losing in East Anglia to Norwich City, whilst the Robins produced a standout performance to down a faltering Leicester City in the West Country. Match preview. Following a standout 2-0 victory at the Riverside Stadium against Michael Carrick's Middlesbrough on February 24, Plymouth Argyle have endured a winless march as the pressure near the bottom of the Championship intensifies. Collecting just a single point from 5 fixtures in the third month of the calendar year. As has often been the case this season, Morgan Whittaker fired home to give the Pilgrims a first-half advantage at Carrow Road versus top 6 chasing Norwich on Good Friday. But the visitors were unable to hold on for any points, with a Joshua Sargent strike and an own goal from Ashley Phillips completing the turnaround for David Wagner's Canaries. Much of the early season narrative around Plymouth was based on their stellar form at home park being enough to keep them clear of relegation, but Ian Foster's men lost 4 straight home matches prior to the international break, failing to score and conceding 8 in the process. It is clear to see that the mid-season departures of key personnel, such as manager Steven Schumacher and goal-scoring midfielder Finn Azaz, have derailed the Pilgrims' upwards momentum this term. With Saturday's hosts sitting precariously in 20th, just 2 points above the bottom 3. Possessing a 27% win rate at the Devonshire club since taking charge at the beginning of the calendar year. 47-year-old Foster is quickly losing the backing of the Plymouth faithful, and the former England under-20 coach likely needs to keep the Green Army afloat in order to retain his job for next season. Showcasing their ability to turn up for the big occasion, Bristol City handed their supporters at Ashton Gate a Good Friday treat by defeating Enzo Maresca's Leicester, meaning that the title-chasing Foxes have won just one of their last 6 championship matches as their promotion bid stutters. Following some inspired goalkeeping from Max O'Leary and admittedly a chunk of poor finishing from Jamie Vardy, the Robins hit the front courtesy of a fierce Anis Mehmedi strike in the 73rd minute, with the Albanian netting his 3rd goal of the second-tier campaign. Cautious not to bask in the glory of a success over Leicester for too long, Liam Manning turned his attention straight to Easter Monday's trip to home park during his post-match press conference on Friday, demanding that his Bristol City troops find a run of consistency until the end of the campaign. After the dismissal of Nigel Pearson earlier in the season, the Robins have failed to fulfill their potential and push for a spot in the top 6. With Monday's visitors currently occupying 13th place in the Championship standings, 14 points behind 6th-placed Norwich and 11 ahead of Huddersfield Town in 22nd. One of Bristol City's finest victories of the term to date arrived against Plymouth back in September, when goals from Sam Bell, Matty James, Mark Sykes and former Luton Town attacker Harry Cornick extended the Pilgrims' winless run on the road to 4 league matches at the beginning of the campaign. Team news. Following an arduous trip to East Anglia on Good Friday, Plymouth boss Foster could opt to shuffle his pack slightly for this encounter, with the likes of Joe Edwards and Ben Waine pushing for starts. Replacing the departed Azaz in the engine room, Leeds United loanee Darko Jayabai has impressed since his temporary switch from Yorkshire in January, but the 20-year-old is out until the end of April due to a groin injury. Phillips could be taken out of the firing line after his own goal last time out, but it is more likely that Brendan Galloway makes way for Julio Pleguezuelo in the backline should Foster change his defence. After being a constant thorn in the side of James Justin in the second half on Friday, Ross McCrory is in line to be promoted to the starting 11 at home park. Irishman Sykes is also banging on the door for a spot in the team following his impressive cameo against the Foxes, meaning that Scott Twine could drop to the bench. Heading into the final 7 games of the term, the Robins remain without the services of 21-year-old Bell, who sustained a hamstring injury in February. Plymouth Argyle possible starting lineup: Cooper, Phillips, Gibson, Pleguezuelo, Sorinola, Randall, Houghton, Miller, Whittaker, Devine, Hardy. Bristol City possible starting lineup: O'Leary, Vayner, Dickey, Roberts, McCrory, Knight, James, Pring, Mehmedi, Twine, Conway. We say, Plymouth Argyle 2-1 Bristol City. Regardless of their recent struggles, Plymouth will be targeting Monday's home match as a massive opportunity to earn maximum points in their bid for survival. Bristol City had to be on top form to secure victory over Leicester last time out, although we feel that the Robins' inconsistency is set to strike once more at home park. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.